What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here with another video for you guys today. Now, of course, we've all been seeing what's been going on in the markets recently. The past couple of weeks especially, it's been difficult to handle. For those of you who are actively invested in the market, those of you who just own stock, whoever you are, no matter who you are, if you've got stock, you own stocks, you trade, whatever the situation may be, the last couple of weeks have definitely been pretty difficult and quite tough to handle. Now, in today's video, I'm going to address everything that's been going on. As you guys know, I do make videos about stocks, and I don't think it would be right to completely ignore what's going on right now. So for those of you who are watching, hopefully you guys can take something away from today's video and use this information to benefit you going forward. Now, of course, before we dive into that today, people, make sure to drop that thumbs up if you guys did enjoy the video and you appreciate my efforts. Also, if you're new around here, hit the red button below, subscribe to the channel. Add to that, as always, make sure you drop a comment and also share these videos with your friends. Get them out to more people, help out more people when it comes to stocks, making money, whatever it may be. But now, let's address the recent issues of the stock market. So, the past couple of weeks, stocks have been down. I'm pretty down heavy. I tell you, I own a few stocks out there where I own 1,000 shares. I own many stocks, multiple stocks in my portfolio where I own 100 shares. Now, in the past week, 2 weeks, these have been down 10%, 15%, some even 20%. And again, like I said, it's tough to handle. So I want you guys to realize something. This is bound to happen in the stock market. If you're new to the market, you'll probably be surprised that, oh no, I'm not good at investing, oh this and that. Trust me, it's bound to happen. It's happened before, it's happened multiple times. But over the, however many years, 200 odd years that the stock markets have existed, trust me when I say, this is bound to happen every now and then. And again, if you're new to the market, don't let it discourage you. Now also, let's just get this out of the way to begin with. Is it a stock market crash? Is it a stock market correction? Everyone's wondering what's going on. Personally, I do not believe we're at a stock market crash yet. But even if we are, let me point out something to you guys. Last year, around March time, so 2020, just when the lockdown started to be, put into place by governments, we did see the stock market crash and we saw stocks crash properly. Now, there were stocks, tech stocks like Tesla, Facebook, Apple, where they got absolutely smashed. And this happened for many stocks. Airlines, cruise lines, it happened for so many different types of stocks. Now, let me point something out to you guys. At that period of time, it was pretty scary for those of us who were invested in the market. But while we were waiting, while we were wondering what's going on, while we were panicking, the stocks recovered rapidly. It was ridiculous how quickly they recovered. And from that March period till now, most of those stocks have recovered, especially the big companies. Now, what I'm saying here is, link that to what's going on right now. Whether this is a market crash or it's coming or it's not happened yet or it's not there, whatever the situation be, think forward. Think about the fact that 6 months down the line, a year down the line from now, the stock prices in your portfolio are most likely going to be up. So, why do I say that? Well, because there are people out here who are panicking, selling their shares, saying sell it now because get rid of it. Trust me, that is not the way to do things. I'll take one of my stocks, for example, Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE. I got 200 shares at $31 per share. Maybe 3 weeks ago, it rose to about $61 per share. Imagine how great I felt. Now they're sitting at under $40 per share. And remember, I own 200 shares, so I've been hit heavy by that stock. What would happen now if I sold the stock at $39, $40 this week or next week, whenever? Well, then I sold out of the stock. I don't own it anymore in my portfolio. So 2 months down the line, we're in April or May, and the stock now shoots up to $50 again, $60 again. Maybe by summer it's at $70, $80. Well, I don't own the stock anymore. And this is the problem. A lot of people out there will sell stocks when they see red, when they see it crash 5, 10% in a week, 7, 8% in a day even. And then going forward, when the stock finally does recover, well, they don't own it anymore. So they can't see those gains. They don't see the growth in their portfolio. And they're like, oh, I own this stock. I used to own this stock. And the reason I'm saying this is I've heard it multiple times, many times from so many different people. Oh, I used to own Wynn Resorts. And when it dropped down heavily, I sold it. Oh, I owned Boeing and I got rid of it. Oh, I owned Delta. Oh, I owned this and that and I got rid of it. From the time you got rid of it till now, what's the stock done? Oh yeah, it's gained 15%, it's gained 20%. If only I'd held. Yes, that's correct. If only you had held. And now when the stocks are dropping again and falling heavily, that's what I'm telling you guys. Hold. Don't be afraid. I mean, if you have stocks that you really didn't want, or maybe you traded options and you were assigned on stocks, then maybe get rid of them. But if you have stocks in your portfolio, companies you really believe in, like I do with Facebook, with Virgin Galactic, with Neo, with Plug Power, with Lemonade. Why would I sell them just because they fall, short term? And that's the topic I want to touch on next. People have a very short-term perspective in the market. You gain 5-10% in a day, you're happy. Some people even sell off. Some people even take profits and sell their shares. Guess what? 1 month down the line, 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line, the stock is up even more percentage. And then you always hear the same old statements being made. If you had held this stock, blah, 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 over this period of time, from this period to this period, you would have this much now, this much now. Yes, but people don't, because they're too excited when they make gains. And the same goes for losses. People have a short-term perspective. They see stocks crashing 20-30% within a few weeks and they sell them, they get rid of them. Well, you bought those at such a low price, you're selling them now, they've not even dropped lower than the price you bought them at. Why exactly are you selling? And even if they have dropped lower than when you first bought them, why are you selling? If anything, if they drop lower than where you actually first bought them and you believed in that company, you should be buying more. And I'll tell you guys, it's easy to say, but nothing tests your conviction like buying the dip. Because the funny thing is, I've done it before, the stocks will drop off. And you're like, oh, I like this stock at this price. I like it at $15. And you buy it at, let's say, $14.90. 2 days later, it's at $13. A week later, it's at $12. You're like, do I sell this? Do I buy more? That's the period of time that separates average traders or bad investors from the really good investors. And the great investors, what they'll usually do is buy that stock at $12, $11, whatever happens. And 6 months down the line, when it's at $20, $25, when it's doubled in price or tripled in price, they're there, they're happy, they're sitting pretty. But a lot of people who are not very good when it comes to investing have a short-term perspective. They don't see that. They're thinking of tomorrow, next week, even next month. They're not thinking 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years of holding a stock. There are stocks in my portfolio I've held for 3 years and they're up from when I first bought them. Now, during March last year, some of them actually dipped to below the levels I actually first bought them. And that was what really tested my conviction. In those situations, I know now I should have bought more. But I was like, oh no, I'll just hold my shares. No, that was the time to buy more. And I've learned now. So there are going to be stocks that continue to fall and there are going to be stocks that I continue to buy. Look at a Tesla, for example. I actually have it on my list that if it falls below 650, I'm supposed to purchase it. And I didn't do that this week. But I can guarantee you guys, Tesla, if it continues to fall and sell off, I'm going to be one of the first people who's jumping in and buying that stock. Because 3 months from now, 4 months from now, 6 months from now, it's not going to be at the levels of 600. It's no way going to be at $600. It's the same happened last year. You guys have seen it. Last year in March, it was like $100, maybe even less. And by June, July, it was already at $400, $500. That tells you all you need to know. I guarantee you guys, there's so many different people who are panicking right now. And I'm not surprised, but me, I'm going to remain calm. Yes, it's tough to witness. Yes, it's hard to see stocks that you own thousands and thousands of shares of or hundreds of shares sell off heavily. But it's all part of being invested in the market. It's not always going to be good times, pretty times, exciting times. It won't be. But these more difficult times, are what actually make us better traders, better investors. And again, just to reiterate it, there are so many stocks right now that are going at a discount and there are stocks that are going to continue to sell off and be at a good price for you guys to buy. Don't be too scared to invest some money in there. Don't be too scared to buy the dip. Also, don't be reckless with your money and just buy every single stock, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Your money will be tied up and you won't even have any more money to invest with, to trade with. But don't be afraid of buying stocks that you said you were going to buy at this or this price. You told yourself you're going to buy Facebook when it drops to 250. It hits 250 and you're like, I'm not sure. No, that you did your research, you studied it, you found that price point that you worked for you. Make sure that you execute on that. Day to day, the stock market is volatile. It is unpredictable, especially in the last 6 months, a year period, due to the pandemic, due to unemployment, due to the change of presidency, due to so many different uncertain events. So day to day, the stock market is unpredictable. And I've been one of the people who've been fortunate to make a lot of money in the last 3-4 months in the stock market. But day to day is unpredictable. But day to day is not why we invest. What about a year to year period? Stocks will probably steadily go up. We look back at this time last year, they're up since then. We look at last year compared to 2019, they were up during last year. Well, okay, that tells us a little bit about what we need to know. Now compare that to decades worth of investing. This is the key point I really want to highlight here. Decades worth of investing will really make you see the difference. Go and check the price of Tesla stock 10 years ago. After that, go check the price of Amazon stock 20 years ago. That's why I'm telling you guys, decades worth of investing is where the millionaires are going to be made, where the people are going to create real generational wealth. That is where you're going to create it, in the decades of your investing. Not in what you do day to day. You know, I made great money day to day. That's nice. You can also lose that day to day. If that goes into solid ETFs, index funds, dividends paying stocks, growth stocks, value stocks, and I keep them 10 years, 20 years, for decades, then I'm going to see real progress and I'm going to see what I want to see in the market. And that is solid gains and a healthy portfolio. So forget about the day-to-day stuff, the unpredictability, the volatility. Forget about even the year-to-year look. And if you want to look at the year-to-year look, again, from a year from now, most of the stocks you own will probably be up. Let's be honest. But please do remember the decades worth of investing. And that kind of also, touches again on the point I briefly mentioned about the short-term vision that many traders seem to have. We do want to make money daily. Yeah, that's part of it. We want to get that daily paper. But we also have to have a solid perspective on what our end goal is, our overall goal. It's not just to make money Monday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday. No. It's not just to make money March, April. No. It's not just for 2021, 2022. No. I want to come back in 2030, 2040, 2050 and see the growth, see what I've done. And ask any successful investor out there who's been in the market decades. There are many out there. They can definitely relate to this message. Of course, I've not been invested in the market decades yet, but if you go and look at other people, listen to other people who have been, you will see and understand exactly what I'm talking about. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you guys are feeling a little bit more calm. It's not easy what's going on right now in the markets, and I can tell you guys, it's going to get better. I don't know when, nobody knows when, but eventually it will get better. So, I've seen similar things like this before, so I'm not too worried. In fact, I've even probably seen a little bit worse than this, so I'm not worried at all. But yeah, hopefully you guys took something away from today's video. If you did, please make sure to drop that thumbs up. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. We've not been getting that many thumbs up recently. Maybe it's because I've not been that active. Maybe it's because of the algorithm. I do not know. But either way, make sure you guys do that. Add to that. Check out the first link in the description. Stay tuned for my course. It's coming soon. That stock options course is coming soon. We'll help you guys understand how to make money in a bull market, a bear market, whatever. Lastly, make sure you guys check out all those links in the description. There's a free Discord. Come talk stocks with us. It's pretty fun. We have a good time in there. So yeah, come join us. Talk some stocks with us. We've got Tangear Watches, my smartwatch company. We've got Free Guide to Online Business. We've got a lot of things going on there. But thanks a lot for watching today's video. That's it from me. I got some money to be making. You got money to be making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.